some of this comes from, and charismatic, and this is going to be wonderful. I heard her story, I have her book, and this is so powerful that lives continue to get changed. She goes to different parts of the country, training others so they can do the same thing, and so that way they can prosper and be in health. She didn't used to prosper and be in health, but now you prosper and be in health. Yes. Would you give a nice welcome to Nina Venturella? The mic is yours.
That's dangerous. Hi, everyone. Thank you again for letting me share. Yesterday I was kind of outside of myself. I saw a little bit of video. I'm like, whoa, that was wild. It's a wild ride. But anyway, today I thought it might be fun I talked a little bit about Xtract, and I didn't go into too deep of what that really was. And so I want to share my journey and how God has blessed me, overwhelmingly blessed me with this amazing hands-on healing, tangible point of contact for deliverance and healing, and it's changing lives around the nation. And so really, just briefly, my story again is when I was in my 20s, I went to bed healthy, I woke up sick. And at first I thought it was the flu, and then I realized after about 3 weeks it got progressively worse. I went on my journey to find out what was wrong with me, and for 2 years doctors said there was nothing wrong with me. It was in my head and I was overworked and stressed. They gave me some Prozac and set me on my way. What I didn't tell you was out of those 2 years I was bedridden for 6 months. Every kind of symptom you can imagine was taking place in my body. My organs were shutting down all at once, and I truly thought I was dying. I did have a breakthrough. After about 2 years, I did have a breakthrough. Someone told me about a naturopath, and I went to this naturopath, spoke with her on the phone prior, and within minutes she diagnosed me. And what she told me, I never heard of before. It was called Candida. Candida is like a yeast infection throughout your entire system, and it overtakes all the good bacteria in our bodies. We have good bacteria, it's called flora. My body was being overrun with bad bacteria. And the reason it was is because I used to take something called tetracycline. Tetracycline was a medication, and it was for acne. And to be honest with you, I didn't really have acne. I just knew it cleared your skin up, and it was veins, so I just took it. Unfortunately, it kept dumping yeast into my system. And I was feeding that yeast, unknowingly, with sugar. I craved sugar, and I craved carbs, and that's another form of sugar. And so I was just feeding this beast, and it literally just overtook me. After realizing the medical wasn't going to help me, they couldn't give me the answers, and I used to think that they were the end-all to be-all, and if there was anything wrong, you go to the doctor, they give me something, and I feel great. What I realized is they go from the symptom on, they don't go to the root cause. And so it really forced me to start looking at things in a different manner. And I was 25 years old, guys, and I didn't think anything bad happened to me. I was invincible. I was a personal trainer, nutritionist, I ate right, I worked out, I looked good on the outside, but in the inside I was truly dying. I didn't know that. And so I thought I was invincible until that one fateful day when I woke up and I couldn't get out of bed. That was my journey. That was the beginning of where we are today. It has been an up and downhill battle. You heard some of that yesterday. It went really fast yesterday. I apologize for that. But when I'm in the Spirit, I talk and I just shoot off things as the Holy Spirit leads me. But today, I just wanted to let you experience what God's given me in 2006. So let me kind of just take you from where I was to where I am today. So after learning about Candida, I went on a search to find a cure, because I was told there really wasn't a cure unless you stopped eating all this food. However, it would go dormant to your body, and as soon as your body was stressed out, those symptoms would come up again, or if you ate those foods, those symptoms would magnify. So that wasn't a good enough reason for me. I needed to find a cure. So I was on a journey to find a cure. At the time, there was one book. I read it cover to cover. It was called The Yeast Connection. And it was depressing me because There's no cure for you, is what I kept getting. But I knew, because I had just given my life to Jesus, he wasn't going to have me saved for me to die. That wasn't the plan for me. I knew that. And so I just continued to press on. And because I was in the industry, I talked to chiropractors and I talked to people who were about herbs, and I got familiar with some of the different techniques and strategies out there. And so I tried some of those things. And one of those things was learning about the lymphatic system. And what I heard about the lymphatic system intrigued me. Remember, I have this yeast. It actually started in my gut. And I knew it went dormant. So if I didn't eat the foods, it would still stay there. So I thought, well, the lymphatic system, what I heard about, was like your garbage disposal. Everything stores there, fat, toxins, everything. And I'm thinking, well, cool. If everything stores there, I bet you yeast stores there. Let me go ahead and see if this lymphatic system is going to clean my system out so I can eat my food again. Because that's really all I cared about, is I wanted to eat good food. I'm Italian. I like my food. I like my pizza and my pasta and my bread, right? So I took about a year, and I learned about the lymphatic system from different people, and I would have people work on me. I would have them do different types of techniques on me, and I had machines on me. You name it, I went through it. And then I would try after a couple days to see if I could eat certain foods, and one of the foods I really liked was corn, like corn chips. And when I had a corn chip before, when I had the Candida, the anxiety was ridiculous. I was riddled with anxiety. It was absolutely terrible. And then I had chronic fatigue. And so I had my corn chips ready to go after about 4 days. Well, I give it about 4 days after your body flushes things out, and try your food. I tried the food, maybe a smidge better, but it still was there. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Nothing's working. I don't get this. So I'm having a conversation with the Lord, like, Lord, I don't get what's going on. I mean, I thought I had the cure-all, which is the lymphatic system. That makes no sense to me. You've given me this Candida, and I did say he gave me the Candida at the time. I don't get the correlation. What's the picture you're showing me here? Because I'm looking for the big picture. And then he takes me back to a dream that I had when I was 19 years old. And he goes, do you remember this dream? And I said, not really. And he brings it back to my memory. He says, I told you were going to open up a huge wellness retreat. And you were going to have all these different modalities and all these different things coming in one roof. And it was all inclusive. And I'm like, oh yeah, you did. He's like, well, you're going to do that, but you're going to do it on a smaller scale. I said, okay. I hear from God. I go out and I try to make it happen. 2 years, nothing happened. I'm like, okay, well, maybe I'm not hearing from God, right? I don't know what's going on. So I'm getting frustrated. And I'm still trying to find my cure. And then remember when I said I went to bed sick, went to bed healthy and woke up sick? Same thing happened to me. I went to bed sick, woke up healthy. I got supernaturally healed. God completely delivered me and set me free from Candida. And I am 100% positive it's so that I can help other people. I went through that journey so I can get people on the other side.
Amen.
Because I have a heart now. I have a passion for it. Before, why would I even, not that I didn't care, but I wanted to get people fit and looking good on the outside. But God's like, we need to focus on the inside.
Amen.
And that's where it all kind of started for me. So now I'm healthy and things are great, and I meet my husband and I have my baby, and I'm sitting at lunch. And I hear the Lord say, Nina, it's time for you to open up your business. I sit down with my husband, I said, honey, I know it sounds crazy, but I really think I'm supposed to open up a wellness center. I told you about that dream I had years ago. He goes, yeah. I go, but smaller, not that big. He goes, let me see what I can do for you. Now, let me tell you something. When it's God's timing, things happen, and you don't have to do a thing about it. Mm-hmm. The next day, my husband goes, honey, I got you $50,000 to open up your business. Wow. The next day. Now, tell me that's not God. So we're on this, okay, great, I'm excited. I decided I want to open up this amazing center. I'm praying about the name for my business, and God says Spa-tacular Health. Instead of spectacular, it's like a spa-tacular. So we launched Spa-tacular Health. It takes us 3 months to do it all, the build out and everything. And let me tell you, every door closed for me to lease a center, a place, except for one. It used to be an abortion clinic. It used to be an abortion clinic, and I tell you, it's amazing. Most people would have ran from it, but I had my pastor come in and anoint the entire place, right? We did Bible studies in that place. Let me tell you, it was a Holy Ghost party there. But this is amazing. God got his way, because here's the deal. 20 babies, since we were in that place in 3 years, 20 babies got saved. Because for some reason, they didn't see the big sign that says Spectacular Health and Wellness, and they still thought it was the abortion clinic.
Oh my gosh, that's
We got to come in and pray for them, and we would send them their way, and we would send them to some people that can actually help them with their emotional things. And we got a phone call one day, and they said, 20 babies have been saved since you've been there.
That is
Isn't
awesome.
that amazing? I mean, I just love that story, right? So this is bigger than me. So here I am, I open up my center, and I'm all excited. I put in an ad, like a direct mailing piece, and I get a few people, I do some pre-sales, and get some people in, and I get a lady, I'm in a business about 6 weeks, I get a lady who has edema. Edema is swelling ankles. Now, I understand what that looks like because I understand the lymphatic system, right? I know edema is a sluggish lymphatic system. Now, my center had no massage and it had no body work at all. It had, if you guys ever seen the foot detox where you put your feet in the water and all this stuff comes out, I was the first person to break into the valley. I had something called an infrared sauna where you sit in a capsule and your head's out and it's vibrating and there's all this infrared sauna. I did wraps, we did colon therapy, we did all these different really cool things. No body work. This lady comes out to me, I'm doing a wrap on her, I unfold it, I see she has edema, I said, let me just try something. I start working on her. No clue what I'm doing. Now let me tell you something. Traditional lymphatic work is very opposite of what I'm going to show you today. So you need to have an open heart and open mind. Those of you who are watching this, who maybe done some lymphatic work or specialize in it, it is as opposite as you can get. Because remember, yesterday I said I'm outside the box. There's really no box for me. And so anyway, I started to work on her. I work on her legs. She gets up off the table. It's about a half hour. She calls me the next morning. I open my doors at 8 o'clock. She's the first person on the phone. I'm like, hello. She's like, hi, do you remember me? I'm like, yeah. She goes, what did you do to me yesterday? And I'm thinking, I heard her because I didn't know what to do. Oh my God, why? She goes, whatever you did, the swelling is completely gone. I've had this for 14 years. Doctors kept giving me diuretics. Nothing worked. Then she goes, I have a twin sister who has the same problem. Can you do the same thing for her? I'm like, sure, bring her in. So she comes in. I work on her. Guess what? Her swelling goes away. Now, here's the cool thing. People are starting to talk about it, right? I'm now bringing this into my place of business. I don't even know what to call it. I'm calling it lymphatic technique, right? All of a sudden, people who come into me, not only are they reducing in swelling, I'm getting rid of, sinuses are clearing up. People who come in canes and walkers are leaving without canes and walkers. People who can't lift their arms are lifting them all the way up. People who have migraine headaches are leaving without migraine headaches. And I'm talking, this is like one session. I'm going, this is cool, Lord. What is this? I get so busy, I'm doing 14 sessions a day myself. I'm like, this is insane, but this is amazing. I mean, we're talking, I'm seeing people lose inches like I've never seen before. They're losing inches. You can see it on my testimonials. I mean, I'm not making any of this stuff up. This is all real deal stuff. They'll lose inches in their waist, around their leg. They're losing on their arm, the muffin top. I mean, I've never seen, under their their chins, it looks like they're getting a facelift. It's amazing. It's just fluid that their body doesn't need. And the Lord showed me how to release this fluid in a more effective way, so to speak, right? Outside the box. And so this is really cool. I'm hearing all about this. Everyone's saying this is great, blah, blah, blah. I'm still calling it lymphatic drainage. I don't know what to call it. All of a sudden, a few months later, a girl who does lymphatic work says, I heard about your technique. I want you to work on me. I said, okay, great. So she comes in. Now, at this point, it's evolved. I don't just work on legs. God's showing me what needs to happen on the arms and the face and the head and the abdomen and the kidneys. I mean, he's showing me the whole thing. I'm getting the entire picture. It's like I can see in people's bodies, and I can see where fluid is, and I can see how to move it, and I know how to move the fluid and press it out and do whatever it is. It's just this amazing inept download God's given me. And understand, I never did body work. I never even read a book on body work. This is such a God-given gift.
Amen.
And I know I have a winner here. And so this girl comes in, I do a technique on her, the full thing. She gets up off the table and she goes, you can't call this lymphatic drainage. It's as opposite as can be, and you're going to get in trouble if you continue to call it that. You need to come up with a name. I get home that night, I'm like, Lord, you gave me this gift, now you got to give me a name. 4 o'clock in the morning, the Lord wakes me up. He goes, here's your name. Xtract. X is cancel, T is toxic, R is release, He goes, I'm gonna let somebody else give you the A. When you go to work, you're gonna get the A. And so he says A, and then C is cellular, and T is transformation. I go to work, I tell one of my clients who lost tons of weight, and I said, hey, God gave me this gift, he gave me this name, I need the A. She goes, accelerated. So that launched the name Xtract. X is cancel, T is toxic, R is release, A is accelerated, C is cellular, and T is transformation. It transforms the body and the soul on a cellular level like I've never seen before. I've got people who come in here with aches and pains and literally leave without aches and pains. I have people who cannot walk who are now running. This is amazing. This is a miraculous technique that the Lord has given me. And here's the beauty. It's not just me. I teach people around the nation and they get the same exact results because there's an impartation with this gifting. How beautiful is that? Because the Lord knew the 14 sessions a day would wear me out. There's no way I could do that. So that's kind of how this all got started. And it has been a journey ever since. I can tell you that, like I said yesterday, I've trained over 1,000 graduates. We're in 36 states, but we're not even touching the surface of getting people where they need to be. I can't get people where they need to be because I don't have enough people in enough areas. We have a few here, a few there. It's not working. We need more people. So God is telling me to go out there and share this with the masses. And I will tell you, you will know if you're called to this. You'll see it and you'll say, I gotta do it. I know that I'm called to this. This is part of my journey. It's part of my ministry. And this is a ministry. I have people that are getting people set free in deliverance using Xtract. I have people who are setting people who are healing bodies like I've never seen because of Xtract. And they're bringing it into their own gifting. So God's navigating and letting them weave into whatever gifting they have with Xtract, and it just multiplies it. Oils. If you guys do anything with oils, oh my gosh, it's another delivery system for oils. I used to speak for Young Living. And I got most of my graduates from Young Living because they see that this is another delivery system for the oils. Right? So this could be used in so many different ways. And here's the other cool thing. Whatever other modalities you're using, this will complement, it'll take it to another level. Because when the glory touches something, things change. And the glory of God is all in Xtract. This is His wisdom and body work. Remember I was talking about unification and identity? Here's the deal, guys. If you want to get people to that level, you unify the spirit, soul, and body. Xtract is the bridge to do that. Amen. It is the bridge to do that because it creates equal communication. And what we're doing on the table is we're exchanging the lies for the truth. And we do it right on the table. And I get people who get up off that table, and this just happened a couple weeks ago. They look 20 years younger. They look 20 years younger. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm going to get a boyfriend. And he'll get a boyfriend. So I wanted to just take some time, just a little bit of time today, and just show you what this looks like and how God has gifted not only my hands but the hands of anybody else who touches people with this technique and how they're getting set free. And I just want to share the other thing. This is something that I learned down the road is I have a prophetic gifting. I didn't realize until I started working on people. I started seeing ticker tapes over them. And I started seeing words of knowledge over them. And I started seeing root areas of sickness and disease, dates and names. And so as I'm working on people, the Lord shows me that. And I work on the left side, which is your soul side, your emotion. And so we pull that up first, and then we go into the physical because there's that direct connection. We've talked about the communication. So we're creating the alignment. So as I'm doing that, I have them do the exchange right on the table. And I say, you know, this is what I'm feeling, this is what's coming up, and then do the exchange, give it to God or give it to whoever. Now, I'm a Christian, and I let them know that I'm a Christian, but I don't always work on Christians, right? So I say, well, whoever, here's what I'm feeling from the Lord that He's telling me about you, and it's always spot on. I need you to go ahead and release that, exchange that for what is truth for you, because this is a lie. Any kind of sickness or disease is a lie. We know that, right? So you want to get rid of that, and then you want to go ahead and receive what God has for you. If you just get rid of it, then you're empty. You need to receive what's best, what God has for you.
Like the trading floor.
It's a trading floor, exactly. We just do it on the table. Because God is a fun, unique, expressive, innovative God. And what better way is it to help people get to the next level than love on them through body work? And you know, you don't even have to like body work. You just have to like people and love on them. And it's just another opportunity to bring into your home, your healing room, your business, whatever that looks like to help people get on the other side. And I'm telling you, Xtract is one of those ways to do it. I've seen it. Our academy is 7 years old now. We're accredited, so we offer CE hours for people. It's hard to get accredited as an academy. We're accredited, and that's all God. So, you know, we work with a lot of nurses who are frustrated with the care. On the medical side, they're bringing this into their nursing. You know, naturopaths are bringing this to their practice because now they're offering instant gratification to their clients where they see results after, 15, 20 minutes. And they're like, wow, this is amazing. So now their retention rate's increasing. And guess what? Their referrals are increasing, so their bottom line increases. So this is really an amazing technique that the Lord's given me to share, and I'm a steward of it. And that's what it gets for, to steward it and to give it away. And so that's what I do. And we do have an online academy. We train people online first, and then we do a one-day in-person class. I have 79 instructors around the nation, so they're ready to get to work and get busy. And I want to go ahead and bring up my beautiful assistant, Sheila. And we're going to go ahead and show you what an Xtract looks like.
And then I'll be the second one. I gotta be the model for the
You
guy.
gotta be the model. Okay, can you guys hear me if I don't
Check,
talk?
check.
Yeah.
I get a head.
Yeah, okay, come on over here.
Yeah, you're good.
Put your head that way.
Sure
Watch your
can.
head come down.
She's good on the stream.
Can you hear me?
I have a headset
Okay.
on.
Okay, so what I'm gonna have you do is lay down straight. Okay, so the way lymphatic fluid flows goes up towards the heart and down towards the heart. If her hand was like this, or her leg was like this, we'd be kinking the hose. So I wanna make sure that they're always out, straight, and then hands open to receive. The first thing I ask is because we have to have intent. I'm not gonna work on somebody who's not ready for me to work on. Remember we talked about yesterday. Sheila, are you ready to receive what you need to receive?
Absolutely.
And are you ready to release what you need to release?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. Then what I'll do is I'll put some oils on my hands and I let them kind of breathe in some of the oils. I use either like peace and calming or something a little more soothing. Sometimes they're a little nervous, they're not sure what to expect. So I just kind of put it on their shoulders, I'll pray over them, maybe put it on their head, whatever the Lord showed me, onto their hearts, and just kind of let Holy Spirit minister. And so I speak in tongues. A lot of times I'll do it out loud, sometimes I do it quietly, but I'm speaking in tongues and I'm praying over them, whether they realize it or not. They're getting Holy Spirit. Okay?
Bring it.
I'm bringing it. So, first thing you want to do is we want to open up certain areas. And so I open up this area here. And this is actually now, I want you to know something. I was taught about meridians years ago when I learned this process from the Lord. There are actual meridians, and we know there's energy in our bodies, and we know there's frequencies and vibration and all that, right? So what I'm telling you is that is from God. That's not a New Age thing, it's God.
Yes, that's right.
We're just taking it back, and we're giving Him the glory, okay?
Right.
So the Lord showed me there's areas here that kind of get pent up of energy flow, and so we want to move everything so that the body can release and do what it needs to do. One of the areas is through the bladder and the spleen. And your lymphatic system, just so you know, we have more lymphatic fluid than we do blood.
Wow.
And did you know in Europe that the fourth thing that they look at in a general practitioner's visit is the lymphatic system? I mean, the full-on lymphatic system. What we get is just like, oh yeah, you're good here, and that's it. It is the most underestimated system, and yet it affects all of our organs. And when our lymphatic system is working properly, so do our organs. It's amazing. And so we want to get people to that place. We want to get them to the other side. We want to get them in optimal health. And I believe that when you clean out that system, not only is the emotional going to get healed, so is the physical at the same exact time, because again, it bridges everything, right?
Yep.
And then the body knows what to do anyway. Your body knows how to heal. You just got to give the opportunity to do so. And that's what we're doing with Xtract. So we're going to hold onto the bladder. We're going to open up this spleen meridian. And I like to do everything in V's, and I want to open her up. And so normally I do it under clothes, but because she doesn't have that on, so I'm just going to kind of improvise. And I'm actually, can I pull these up?
Sorry, guys. I apologize for whatever you're going to see.
All right.
Good thing you shake it like.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to kind of move fluid here. So I can see where there's fluid in it. I don't know if you guys can see this, but you can see it's almost like a little roadblock. 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 That's all that fluid. That's not supposed to be there actually. And there's a little tender. Is there tenderness there?
Yes.
That is not what we want. We want that to go away. And actually, as I'm moving fluid, that will get less and less tender.
Amen.
Okay. Amen. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to move this fluid forward. And what we want to do is we want to open up a certain valve and then we want to dump it into a certain area.
So this is your groin area, we call this ingual. And what I'm doing is I'm moving fluid, opening up a valve here where everything gets stuck, and I'm pushing it through and dumping it here, okay? And so what happens is when traditional lymphatic work goes very, very light touch, it's like a brushing. I don't do any of that. I'm actually moving this fluid, pumping this stuff up, dumping it into her bladder so her body can eliminate it. And most times, even before I'm done, they're urinating like crazy because we're pushing everything into the bladder. Yeah, okay. So. I'm gonna pump this stuff up.
Your feet are gonna get smaller now too. New shoes. Uh-oh, Jim.
Are you taking appointments today? I think I might be.
Hallelujah.
Got my table of worries and.
I booked this in February.
So I'm just pumping that fluid to break it up and to dump it. And this is actually the basic one. God gave me a more advanced one called level 2. And then he gave me one for the emotion. So I know there's certain areas with certain dates and when things happen. So he keeps adding to it.
Amazing.
But you gotta start here.
That's awesome.
And I've done this on planes, I mean, you name it, I've done this. You can pretty much do this anywhere. Okay, so now I've pumped it, now I want to direct this fluid.
Yep, your foot's getting smaller.
Good. It's already not tender. That's crazy.
I'm moving.
I had surgery on my knee from a fracture.
She's gonna walk better.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
You guys, it's almost like so simple, like why didn't somebody figure this out? Because God wanted me to do it, he knew I did the right thing with it, right? And people are like, why does it always hurt her? Because you're blocked up. You're not supposed to, it's not supposed to have fluid there. So what I'm doing is I'm just kind of pushing all that stuff and putting it into this dumping station right here. And it is proprietary. So, like I said, God gave it to me, and I'm sharing it with the world. And he protects it too, so I don't worry about people doing all that stuff. I'm like, they can't worry about what people are doing or aren't doing, I'm doing my job, and whatever they do with it, that's up to them.
Secret watching.
Can I ask you a question?
You shook her down.
What is your right hand, are you holding that?
I'm holding it down.
Back flush on your or what?
No, I'm holding it out because I'm opening this up. So I'm pushing everything in and then dumping it into the bladder.
And you just hold that hand there like a little?
And I'm going down and up on it now, so up
Okay,
to push it in.
so you're pumping it in.
I'm pumping it in, yeah, I'm pushing it in.
So you're gonna pump potty in a minute, girl.
Is it vacant?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is.
And this we call toothpaste, because I'm trying to get all that fluid out. It happens very quickly. I mean, it's not something that happens within minutes. You start to see results.
Are you using oils?
No, not that too. But this poor girl, I'm not using any Glide right now. She's like, oh my gosh. Yes, of course. Yeah, I use essential oils, or I use some kind of carrier oil, like coconut or something. But you have oil? And then what I'll do is I'll kind of like mix up the steps. So when I teach, it's step by step. But what I'm doing now is I'm listening to her body, whatever it needs. So when I'm in the spirit, I'll be like, okay, Lord, what am I feeling here? What's this blockage here? And then she'll just tell me what it is. And then I say, okay, Sheila, this is what I'm getting. Go ahead and release it to the Lord. And then we seal it in the blood of Jesus. We give the body permission to heal from everything, because now you're holding on to something. That's actually, we need to repent for that, right? Because now we're doing damage to our body by holding on to something. So there's a whole formula that I take them through, and we seal it in the blood of Jesus.
Give it all.
Awesome. Give it all.
Give it all, Lord. Give it all.
So you renounce it from any harm that is done to your body, right? You exchange. If there's any unforgiveness, you've got to get rid of the unforgiveness. Then you give your body permission to heal, and then you seal it in the blood of Jesus. Yeah. So you can tell there's some. Did you feel a difference already?
Oh, yeah.
Do you?
It isn't as tender as it was. We didn't touch it.
It's not as tender. Yeah.
How did that fluid get there in the first place?
Well, buildup, I mean, it's a hose, so it's just clocking up. There's no movement. So your lymphatic system doesn't have a pump. I'm becoming a pump. So the fluid just flows up toward the heart, down, it just goes back and forth like that. So, but I have a lot of like parents that learn this for their kids. We're helping a lot of spectrum children. They're speaking better, they're engaging with their parents. It's pretty amazing. Yeah, we're helping a lot of, we have a Lyme disease unit that we're helping with at Massachusetts General, and people are getting symptom free in that area. I mean, you name PTSD, there's a veterans that we're working with, and they're getting great results, because again, it's all connected, right?
It is.
And again, when you get rid of the lie, there's a frequency and a vibration of that lie the body's holding on to. When you get rid of it, it changes, that frequency changes. People actually vibrate getting up off the table for days afterwards. So yeah, this is the real deal. I mean, this is God's wisdom and body work. And it helps people come into unification of spirit, soul, and body so they can walk in the true identity of who they're called to be. Because when you have unification, you make better choices, you have better patterns, and you just start to know, there's a confidence about you that you know who you are and what you're called to do. There's a clarity that happens. And it happens on the table. And God uses me personally to help people get to that level. I'm like a launching pad for a lot of people. So anyway, anybody have any questions? I mean, I'm going to continue to work on her, but I work on the face, so if anybody feels like they have any sinus issues, I can work on your face if you want. Whatever you're feeling, or if you have any questions, just shoot out.
Awesome. Go over what the like ages. Are you doing that too, or the zones you were talking about?
So the Lord told me from here to here is from 7 to 17 years old, our ages. So when I feel blockage, and I can't right now because she's got pants on her, but usually I can feel where there's blockage. And so then I'll start to ask the Lord what happened at that age or where it is, and then I'll share it with me, and I tell her, and then she can release it. And then from here, like from here to here is a certain age, and then from here to here is a certain age. Lord's just show me all this stuff. And then he tells me,
Rings on a tree.
and then he tells me, like, I can tell you, sinus issues, afraid to face things. Feet, afraid to move forward, right? Legs, you're stuck, you don't know how to move up. So these are areas the Lord showed me that are in correlation to that. Neck usually means you're afraid to speak up. So there's something going on here, you feel held down, like you can't move out. Yeah, you're afraid to speak up your truth. You're afraid to speak your truth. So that's what I see. A lot of times when people have hand issues, there's shackles on their hands. So I can pull those off and get those out of there. I can see where there's spears in people. I can pull that stuff out, but which stuff to show me all that.
What about hips and sciatic?
Hips and sciatic, what side?
Switches. I was.
Mother, father? There's mother, father issues.
Yeah. Red
A lot of times that could be a soul tie. Somebody has dominion over you that you're not comfortable with, and they're kind of trying to push you down, and that could be hip issues. It's like joint at the hip type of thing, a soul tie. Yeah.
Okay.
I go through a lot of this in my classes, but also I wrote my book, like I said, and that book was given to me by God in 2012, and in 2014 it won the Christian Writers Award for first place in health category. And it's an interactive how-to book on how to learn about your spirit, soul, and body, where the root causes are: sin, soul ties, soul wounds, generational curses, and then on the physical level, like yeast, inflammation, stress, all these areas, to give yourself a checklist. Because remember, no one can help me. I wanted to create an opportunity for people to get their own healing and their own answers. And by doing this book and then taking those affirmations, declarations, thoughts, words, and then scripture with it, it really takes you to a whole nother level. We're getting great feedback on the book. I don't really promote the book a whole lot, and I should. So I'm doing it now.
Did you bring
I
some?
ordered some and they didn't get here, so
Okay,
I
all right.
apologize. But anybody wants,
They're on Amazon and
it's
stuff.
Unveiled Truth, What Doctors Don't Know Will Hurt You.
Go to Amazon.com.
It's on Amazon.
It's
It's actually,
awesome. I've read it.
it's actually,
Unveiled Truth.
Unveiled
What
I don't know if it's in
doctors
stock
don't
right
know.
now, because
Okay.
I tried to order it before and it was out of stock, so I guess that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you can't get the book, let me know, I'll get it for you. And then my academy is Learn, Learn, Xtract, Xtract.com. And if anybody's interested in that, you can go ahead and contact me through that website. I'm sorry, you had a question, darling?
Yeah, I was just going to ask about the name of the book.
Oh, okay, I guess I answered the question.
Unveiled Truth.
Unveiled Truth, What Doctors Don't Know Will Hurt You. Yes.
I have a question.
Yes.
Would this work on horses?
You know what, we're working on, we've got somebody
Animals.
right now that's working on animals, yes. Yeah, so I'll
Yeah,
I'll
on
put you guys in touch.
our dog, we actually do it on her face sometimes.
Yeah.
She has a little thing in her ears.
Yeah, so we work on her lymph system and it opens her up. So yeah, we'll work on animals because they have a lymphatic system too.
And Young Living has an animal line of oils too.
Yeah, Young Living does. They have like animal.
And they've been
lines, so-
using a lot on horses.
Exactly.
Yep.
So anyway, I just wanted to kind of give you guys an example of what it is that we do here. Again, this is just one side. So I just want to work on you a little bit more and see if you see a difference. Okay. I mean, I see it, but let's see if you can feel it.
Before you're done, you better work on the other side. She
Well, here's the funny thing.
She needs two of the same kind of
Here's the
shoes.
funny thing. I don't do that sometimes. I'm kind of a brat. I'm like, well, okay, you can just link for it. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, you don't know.
Jim has to wear the same size as she does.
That's important.
That's very funny.
We'll even you out, sweetie. I just want to see if you see a difference in this leg.
It's okay, because this is the side that had surgery and had the trauma,
Okay.
and this one didn't, so.
Okay, let's see. So guys, we want to get to the masses. We're going to take this to the nations. I can't do it by myself. I need help. So if you're feeling called to do this, let's do this thing.
Let's do training tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, I'm going back at the end of June. My son just reminded me, I'll be out this way, dropping him off at the Young Saints Conference. And if anybody's interested, we'll set something up. We'll out here at the end of June. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna do one more thing and I'm gonna see if you can see a difference. Okay, darling?
Did you say you were gonna come back up again?
Yep. End of June.
I wanna walk.
You wanna walk?
Yes, I wanna
All right, I agree. You should walk. So Coy, I'll let you know my schedule so you can post it for people when I'm coming out here.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Or you can reach out to me personally.
You can just stop by here and do it, you know.
I can just stop by here and do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll be out at the end of June for about a week, so
Perfect. So what's that like for me?
here,
All the way up.
this area.
Oh, yeah. Bring it down.
Yeah,
Bring it up and in. Good, now bring the other up.
yeah, as
Just
long
like
as I
that.
can go.
Now bring the other leg up.
As long as you're first
Feel a difference?
Yes,
What do you feel?
it's just, there's not hurt, there's not pain, and it's just, it's not, I don't, doesn't feel swollen.
So it feels more limber?
Oh, yeah.
And this leg feels a little bit more, what, stiff? What do you feel though? Like, what's the difference between the legs that I worked on versus the other one?
This one, yeah, this one is more limber, and it's like flowing, you can feel the flow, and this one's still a little bit more stiff.
It is more stiff, okay. Well, I mean, I didn't do an actual real one because I had no oil on or anything like that on my hands, but you can still see a difference. Okay, you're not just saying that I didn't pay you to say that, right?
Nope, you didn't pay anything. For real.
Okay,
For real.
okay, so let's see if I bet you she lost a little bit of inches here because that fluid is not there. Yes.
Folks wanna know your name.
Oh, did I not say my name?
Oh.
Wow. Okay, I'm Nina Venturella. I'm the CEO of Majestic Wellness Academy and the founder of Xtract. Well, co-founder because Holy Spirit is the founder.
Amen.
Do you have business cards?
V
I have
E
business cards, yes.
N U R E L L A.
So I'll pick up a business card for those that wanna know.
Yeah, I have my business cards here. so.
Perfect.
All right, any other questions?
That's fascinating.
Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it. I'll do them on you. All right, see you later.
I know we got
Encore!
short D for demo.
Let's see your face.
We gotta show that there's a word for men too.
Face, look at your face.
No, that's my leg.
You want your legs? Can I work on your legs?
On his jeans?
On your pants?
Oh, sure, I can do this here, right?
Oh, you got edema here, buddy. Okay, see, that's edema right there. See that fluid?
Can we see on camera, please?
I don't, come up here if you can.
You should have.
I can't move the camera.
It's
Oh.
1:45.
There we go, that's it.
All right. So this is an example of what edema looks like, just so you know. It's all swelled up here,
A
right?
demon, not a demon.
No, not a demon. So yeah, he definitely has some circulatory issues. You can see that, right? So there's some fluid here. All right, you want to put your arms down, remember?
All right.
Are you ready to release what you need to release?
Hands up.
Release.
There you go.
Are you ready to receive what you need to receive?
I'm ready to receive.
All right, all right. Now I should get some oil because this is going to be a little challenging.
I have hold first.
You have a first bowl of oil? You have it to the oil.
Wow.
And you know with men, just so you know, for women I go way up, for men I stop, for obvious reasons. And what I do for men is I have them put their hand in their groin area, and I put my hand on top of it.
There you go.
So it's more comfortable, obviously, for them and for me. And so what you're doing, Koi, is the area that you lift your leg, there's a crease. I want you to go ahead and put your hand in that crease. So lift your leg up, look straight. Do you feel a crease?
Yeah.
That's where you're gonna put your hands. So I'm gonna put my hands on top of your hand, okay? She's getting oil first, so we'll be able to do that. So I can see there's fluid here because I'm holding it down, right? So,
What a great thing for people that are told by a doctor they have to wear compression socks always.
exactly,
You know?
exactly.
Yeah. And it doesn't do anything.
It doesn't do anything, it's just, think about it, they're not pumping it anywhere, they're not taking it anywhere, it's just doing this, it's not pumping it anywhere. But they didn't know what else to do.
Right.
Now they do. Well, hopefully.
No, they're gonna.
You know what, here's the deal. Doctors know about this, you know what I say? Just keep doing what you're doing. Just keep doing what you're doing. They're not referring me for anybody or anything like that. We're helping a lot of people with breast cancer too, guys, just so you know.
That's awesome.
Yep. Okay.
I'm sure Don's watching.
All right, I'm gonna.
Hey, Donna's watching.
Rosemary is actually very good for the lymph system.
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna use a little bit of rosemary.
Do you use cypress too?
Cypress, yes.
Uh-huh.
And grapefruit and orange, yep, I sure do.
All kinds of stuff in there.
And she's got citrus. Citrus is great for the lymph system as well, guys.
There's no carrier in that.
There's no carry in this right now, but it's something at least.
Do you use coconut or olive?
I use coconut or olive, either one.
I don't think carrots.
That's frankincense, you need it. I think we're good with that. The frankincense smells amazing, so look at that. We're just gonna layer this right now. You're getting, oh!
Wow, Coy. You really give me the tips.
All right. He loves oils, by the way.
All right.
He yeah, he anoints with oils a lot.
Thank you so much for your use.
Woo, I can smell it from here.
Yeah. All right.
We're oil people.
Do you have any carrier oil, like a bottle or
Yes.
something? Can you grab some of that? Yeah.
Coconut or olive.
Coconut would be great. People will be watching this if they get in the middle of this and go, what in the world are they doing?
It's awesome.
Do you feel the difference in your legs?
Yes.
Yeah?
Crazy.
That makes my leg feel good.
This is church. This is cowboy church. I never roll the same way.
Now we're out of the box. Hey Nina, earlier I talked to you about wanting to learn this. For the last couple years, God has put it on my heart to open a healing center. And I see deliverance happening there
Yes.
and wellness, as well as training people how to care for their bodies with nutrition and with exercise.
Yes.
And I would really, I would love to join forces with you and be a part of this.
I would love for that, absolutely. Well,
Red Bluff doesn't have anything like
No,
that.
they don't, they need to,
We
right?
need a complete healing center.
Amen.
That's right,
You're the
amen.
girl, you're the lady for that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, sign me up.
This is a holy
Perfect. That's perfect, thank you so much. All right, guys, now we got some oil. Now we can really get to business here. Like, take his pants off, but we really.
Well, I mean, it's cowboy church, so.
Did you say that in church?
I'm not trying to just supervise.
You ain't woman enough to take my man.
Tell Donna you see how that's done.
Oh, look out, Donna. Oh, you know, what you're gonna have to do now. I know. Yes.
Well, I'm sure you need training about knowing the muscles and the ligaments and all that.
You know, we have all that on our Academy.
Exceeding my expectations.
And we give people license to touch, so they're legal, so that's not an issue. And I also started my own association, membership association, so people actually who learn from me become a member of my association. And that basically means we're under the Constitution, we're not under any licensing boards like massage or anything like that. But if people want to get certified, I do have a certification board that works with me, and I'll certify them. Okay, good point, thank you.
Somebody's car alarm.
So there are some people that we don't obviously help just because of certain things for like they're called contraindications. If somebody has, they're pregnant and not because of anything dangerous but because of liability. Somebody who does, who's got cancer, who's doing chemo radiation, because we don't want to mess with that, we'll work with them afterwards, or they have to be nothing. Either they're done or there's nothing and we'll work with them.
Back parking lot.
And the other thing is if they have an open wound,
I think it was Reynolds.
and they're not sure what that is, we won't work on that until they tell us what it is. And if they have blood clots, or if they're prone to blood clots, obviously. So our online academy is self-paced. There's 30 modules in it, and then the in-person is 1 day. That's it. That's it. To get a certificate of completion, and then certification is a little longer.
How long is it online? How long?
I give you a certificate online, so we're a certificate of completion, so we'll give you a certificate of completion.
How long does it take to complete online?
Self-paced.
Oh, whatever.
You can, I have people do it in 4 days. So,
You take 4 days, you take 40 days.
Does fluid build up over age?
over time, over lack of movement, over diet, you name it, it's trauma, major trauma, yeah. Yep, surgeries, right? Any kind of physical or emotional trauma, for sure. You see a difference in his ankle already, guys? Yeah? You can see a difference in his ankle, can you not?
Yeah.
The fluid has gone down, hasn't it?
Yes.
It's even more wrinkly, right? It's not as full?
Oh.
I'm telling you, this works. I'm not even doing it the right way. I mean, I'm sitting there, you know. And I will tell you the cool thing about this process is even though the process is the same, it's so custom for each person. Right? It's not one size fits all. It's so customized because everyone's different. And so when you do the exchange, especially, that really takes it to another level.
What keeps the fluid from coming back down again?
Well, because, oh, thank you. We're retraining your lymphatic system. Thank you for that. We're retraining the lymphatic system. So we're creating a new memory, and we're retraining, just like your muscle has memory, your lymphatic system has memory. So we're actually retraining the lymph system to start to train on its own. So I get people to a certain level, and then I don't see them for a while, and I just maintain from there. That's how you do it.
God made your body so unique,
Yes.
more than any
Yes.
other computer
Yes,
or
yes, he did.
missile or anything.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, so many things in your body.
How often do you recommend a person?
Depending on how they release fluid, depends on how they detox, because you are detoxing, right? And it could be an emotional detox, it could be a physical detox, it could be a spiritual detox, because we're creating a movement for everything, right? And release. So I tell people, you tell me, you give me your pace on how fast you want to go. In my center, I see people every other day or once or twice a week, depending, because I want to get this stuff out of them. And if you go onto my my testimonials, it'll make you cry. It'll make you cry. My desire is to get people on the other side, whatever that looks like, right?
So are you're down Rancho Mirage?
I'm a Rancho Mirage, California, yeah. Which is near Palm Springs.
Yeah, I travel, I go all time there.
Oh, there you go, okay. So you can see there's already a difference in his ankle, guys. You see that?
Yes.
It's gone down quite a bit.
I can't wait to see good dance.
So you want to get up and dance? With your beautiful wife there?
Hallelujah.
Get up and dance to
We're
the
gonna
next
close
station.
Yeah, I know, we got
Waiting on us for lunch.
Okay. Okay, well, let's just go ahead and close this up, because I saw a little bit of difference already, so.
Can you all see the benefit? It makes spiritual sense to me.
Absolutely.
It does.
Yeah.
It's just like Jim was saying, applying kingdom
There you go.
Principles.
Alright,
strategies and principles to natural things where in the past nobody's done that.
God made our bodies to heal themselves.
We've got more coming, and this day, we got stuff coming this afternoon,
What
so
time?
stay online with us. We'll be back here probably about 3 o'clock to go to our next session, and we'll tell you about that. Thank you for joining us on Facebook Live, and if you want to be a part of investing in this, you can go to
paypal.me/lowercase Coy Huffman, which is Cowboy Church International. That way you can help finance some more of these great video clips of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. We call you blessed to be a blessing.
Hallelujah.
Now we're going out, and I'll probably use my
After lunch.
I'll use my selfie stick with the camera, and then we'll be filming the horse event out there. So James, tell us about, just a quick word about what we're going to be doing.
We got a 2-year-old colt that's not been.
Come up here right quick.
They want to see your beautiful face, buddy.
Okay, here he comes. Look in the camera, set up. What are you going to do?
So we have a 2-year-old colt that has not been started. They have tried to put some saddle on it, I think, and it kind of turned into a rack for him. So this might be a little bit more fun than just a horse. So it'll be a lot of good watching probably. So you want to tune in, and you'll not only see some groundwork with horses and some horse training tips, you'll hear about Jesus too.
Amen.
And some of that, you've done enough now, you have muscle memory, don't you?
I do.
Yeah, okay. Well, thank you all. We will be back here this afternoon later on. Next clip will be coming from the range.
Hallelujah. Yes.
And tell everybody they don't know how to get out to Kevin Seller's place.